It's nice to feel that we're running a solid, well-structured, profitable business, but also does an awful lot of good and saves lives.
Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Emma Hammett and I run First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com. At that point I hadn't written my books, so I've written 4 books since then, since KPI.
Do you remember the moment that you found, the book or thought, oh, this is the environment for me? And what sort of triggered that? Were you feeling a bit frustrated with results or you just wanted to sort of accelerate things?
I can't remember the exact moment that I found KPI. But when I found it, it was a very good fit. So when something resonates quite closely with what you're already doing and you feel that they get you and you get them, but they have the structure and the processes to really leverage what you're doing and make it work, then I think it's a really good fit. And it was. It helped me feel free to position myself as First Aid for Life, the first aid experts. I would have had serious imposter syndrome before then. So it was a part of the process of going through KPI that made me think, do you know what? We do. We are. And we can say that. And my team are all highly experienced medical, health and emergency services professionals and military medics. And we really do know what we're doing, and we are the best in the industry at what we're doing. And so consequently, absolutely, we are First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com, and we are the first aid experts. And pre-KPI, I would have felt uncomfortable saying that, but actually it validated what we had been doing and made me feel confident that we could do that. The other thing it did was it made me feel far more confident partnering with larger organisations, sort of reaching some really powerful partnerships that have reaped massive rewards and going for the higher hanging fruit and getting, big rewards as a result of that. Whereas previously, if you think of yourself as a small business, you sort of feel that you then link with smaller businesses, but actually smaller and smaller remain still quite small. Whereas if you can go to the top of the food tree and get really powerful partnerships at that point, then you will, again, leverage and be able to scale much quicker.
Looking at some clear results, people talk about doubling their revenue or, working with McDonald's or working with over here, Westpac or, these big brands that people would really aspire to. What, if you could distill it to some sort of clear achievements today, if you could look back over and look forward, what are those sort of big payoffs or those big wins that you had? Obviously, I know that one, but, over to you.
In terms of big wins, I think contextualizing things as well is quite important. The wish to support our team and to be there for them and not lose people because we had to downsize or anything. So in terms of big wins, we've had, the likes of McDonald's. Value your time properly because you are the one that will be able to grow and scale your business. And until you've got a proper team around you, you probably haven't, depending on what business you do, but you probably haven't got a resilient business that will enable you to work on it rather than in it. So get that business structure right, be ready to pivot, look at what's coming down the line, and say yes to opportunities. Don't feel, oh, I'm only a small business, I couldn't possibly work with them. If it feels good and it feels right, even if it makes your heart beat a bit faster and you think, oh my goodness, that's a bit frightening, go for it. If something happened like Christian Eriksen when he collapsed on the pitch, I was absolutely inundated.
It was only through the quick thinking of Denmark players and medical staff that Christian Eriksen survived following the cardiac arrest. We caught up with Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life, and she demonstrated how to perform CPR.
ITV News, BBC News, Sky News, I had to do something on London Live. I was going in and into studios. I had TV teams coming to me to teach them how to use a defibrillator, how to give CPR, and then I ended up on all their books. So, I mean, even before that, I was on quite a few of their books because they had things like they were doing on choking campaigns, and when something happened, they would Google, they would find my articles, and then they would contact me. So I like going on TV. I don't know why I like it. I've never had any media training, but I really enjoy it. I love that little adrenaline buzz. I love going somewhere different and the excitement around it. Going on TV and reaching an even larger audience. Oh, I've done this over many years actually now, to do product safety and support in their baby food and explaining the difference between choking and gagging and doing campaigns on that. And then I've done an awful lot with Duracell on their battery safety. Now, the important thing as well is it's got to be a good fit. So those fitted very well with me. I'm an avid campaigner on safety around button batteries, because if a child swallows them or puts them in their ear or up their nose, they form caustic soda and they burn and cause life-changing injuries or can kill them. And so they know that I am a really strong campaigner on that, and to want to link their product with me, for me to campaign how they are trying to make batteries safer and differentiate, I felt very comfortable with that. I get asked to represent an awful lot of other companies, and they're not right. So it has to be the right fit. And if it's the right fit and the promotion works, it can be a really beautiful, symbiotic and helpful partnership. And it can really help with the promotion and the publicity elements of the sort of KPI too.